Thank you so much for watching a Saturday edition of Chip in the Mornings. Listen, I'm not going to be before you very long. The boys in the big house are getting ready to kick off any moment now, but I wanted to bring to you some current event news here over the weekend, ensuring that we can keep you up to date with all of the social media current events. Did you see Porsha the other day hard launching a relationship, reigniting a conversation, a debate that I want to have with you right now? Is it better to be in the lesbian relationship? Why are so many women, or why does it seem like so many women are turning to the same sex relationships as an option? I guess I have another question. What do the lonely do on Christmas? I guess I'm asking from the perspective of, you know, uh, you know, people will look at Portia's relationship and speak negatively about it. And so my response to that person is, well, do you want them to be by yourself? Is this a winning alternative to the failure in the heterosexual relationship marketplace? Let's have the conversation today. Our lines are open. Give us a call. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and so I hope that you're still giving thanks. Ray J wasn't so thankful on Thanksgiving. He had an issue with his family that ended up on social media. I want to get your reactions to that. He allegedly pulled a firearm on his family members during Thanksgiving. I want to know what your views are on family drama of this magnitude. And obviously, the holidays brings out a season of gratitude, love, and camaraderie. It's hopefully that's what it brings out in all of us. But quite frankly, if we're being transparent, the holidays can bring out a different set of emotions. It can bring out or bring back up feelings of resentment or feelings of disappointment or feelings of what should have or could have been. And so let's have that discussion. My perspective is always, as the father, my position is always let's respect the children in the room. That's always the position that I have. Excuse me. That's always the position that I take, is the position that says we should protect and respect the children that are present. But I do want to know what your views are on the Ray J allegedly pulling a firearm on his family members. I saw a video where it looked as though a child was present during this altercation. Fathers, I want you to speak up. Give me your position on this. And again, when we cover these types of stories, or when we have these type of debates or conversations, my intent isn't to beat up on anyone. If I'm being, just purely transparent, I'm a fan of Ray J. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that Ray J is a fixture of the culture, for good or for worse. You know what I mean? And so I don't have an adversarial position towards Ray J the person, but can we criticize and can we psychoanalyze the way this was addressed? And can we look back on what happened and ask ourselves how that should take place in the future? Should firearms be a part of the conversation? Should this level of violence, should this level of intensity be displayed in front of the children, right? What happens when we display this level of animosity, anger, and frustration in the presence of our children? I think that's the angle that I want to take. And I think when we take that angle, we can take that angle and pursue that angle without anyone being guilty, but giving everyone an opportunity to be reflective within themselves. Because above his position or her position or their position, or, above all of that is respecting the children, and giving them that safety and that peace of mind, particularly as they are young and developing a sense of what the holidays are. You know what I mean? Like, these are the holiday memories that children form. And as the holidays come back around, these are the memories that they associate with Thanksgiving. And so let's have that debate. Let's have that conversation about how we handle ourselves in the presence of the children in a way that keeps them feeling safe and secure. But nevertheless, I want to hear your response, your views on these major stories. Miss Porsha deciding to deciding to to decide to jump on us, and it's fine. You know, as I said the other day, when Candy and Todd filed for divorce, I said to you all, you know, my lady watches or has watched, you know, Housewives. My old sister has watched the Housewives, and so as a man in passing, you watch Housewives. You've seen certain things over the years. You have an idea of the people. You don't necessarily know the story, but I know that like Porsha was married to an African man, right? I know that Porsha was married to a guy, a business owner in Atlanta that owns a hot dog shop. Like, I know roughly, you know what I mean? Like what a man should know about the Housewives. I don't know what, and I could think of it if I tried, you know what I mean? But I don't know Porsha's husband's name or why they got divorced, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't follow it that closely, but I can say this: I follow it closely enough to like Porsha. She was one of the ones, at least in the beginning, that was cool. Like she was kind of, because after the girls spend so many seasons on Housewives, it's obvious that they kind of end up being like, they end up going left or right. So they're good and bad people on all of the sitcoms, right? And so now we know reality television has replaced the sitcom, or it's like 1A to the sitcom, where it's not really reality. It's like scripted, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of scripted as well. You get what I'm saying? And so Porsha, from my perspective, from my vantage point, was just like a neutral, you know, breath of fresh air. And you, as a fan of Housewives, may know something completely different. Oh my gosh. What's going on, bud?
I was so frustrated.
Why are you frustrated, bud?
Because I want to go with my mom.
You want to go with mom? Where did mom go?
Mom was telling me no thank you.
She said no thank you? Yeah. Well, what were you trying to do?
I was trying to ask her. Because I was just like, I'm about to tell her something.
Do you want to go and get something to drink? Maybe some apple juice, and just go in your room and read your posters? You got some nice posters on the wall. You want to go and read your posters?
Yeah, I'm going to take them on the wall.
Well, don't take them off the wall. Just go and read them, and I'll be in there in a minute, okay? Sound good?
Yeah.
You want something to drink? Ask Mama. She'll get you something to drink. She might get you some apple juice. Say, may I have some apple juice, please? Close that door, please. Well, he got a little frustrated, but he's fine. He's going to go get something to drink. And I've got a good feeling that he's going to recover. He's been dealt a pretty good hand.
She said not right now.
She said not right now. Okay. Well, give me a few moments and I'll be out there to visit with you, okay? Close that door. I love you. All right. So, that's my first job. That's the full-time job. And they're funny, man. Like I said, I'm not going to be before you much longer, but I guess what I was saying all of that to say, I may or may not know the characters in the storyline. I may or may not know them, but I had an idea of Porsha. And at the time that she came in, she was the bubbly energy, or so I thought. And again, if I'm completely off, I should be off. I'm a man. I should know, you know what I mean? Like, I should know the details of this, right? So if I'm off, just charge it to my head and not my heart. I don't watch this like that. But what I am saying is that from what I saw and from what I thought I knew, I liked Porsha. And Porsha vibe, like her vibe is a girly girl's vibe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. You know better than I do. I'm just, you know, again, I'm responding from the man's perspective. And I'm trying to get to this point, so stop interrupting me. The point that I'm trying to get to, or the question that I'm trying to have, I'm sure he wants to talk about the... Hey, you're live on Chip in the Mornings. Thank you for calling in. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Hey, man, that was a great game last night. Tough game, but it was a great game.
Tough game, yes.
Yeah, it was a great game. How'd you feel, man? I watched every play of it, man. It was good, man. I felt good about it, and I still feel good about the rest of the season. I think that the rest of the season is going to be very good because maybe we need to be maybe we need to go back to that. I don't even know if it was a I don't know if it was philosophically a bad game. I just think that we had a couple of busted coverages. We didn't bring the guy down a couple of times, and so it was just a couple of things. And they found that run play, that stretch left run play that worked a couple of times, and so.
Because I remember you saying they didn't have enough running game for y'all. So.
Well, the thing that no. I didn't say they didn't have enough running game. What I'm saying is that A&M, that's their weak area is the running game. But I think we had to get you in the long. We had to get you in the third long. There's a couple of third longs where we couldn't get the guy down, and so closely contested game. But you know what? You know what I love? I love to see them get into the playoffs and we play again. I'd love that. But I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I'm streaming right now, so let me give you a call back in a little bit. But, hey, they did a great job with, sometimes people get a chance to go for the postseason, and sometimes people get a chance to play spoilers. So I'm happy that they, had a chance to do that and highlighted their season. Great game, though. I'm not taking nothing away from them. They played. They protected home field. You know what I mean? Good win. Arch, played how he had to play. And so, but yeah, it was a good game. Good game for sure. But I definitely want to chop it up. The boys are playing right now in the big house. They just kicked off, and I'm trying to wrap up this stream. So I'll definitely give you a call back so I can get you on camera. I want to do some content about that for real. But I'm doing Porsche right now.
I'm in church, but I'll text you. You can call me.
All right, cuz. Love you. Talk to you soon.
All
right, boss. He's a UT guy, so he wanted to call and rub it in. I don't give a damn. You win some, you lose some. I think it was a winnable game. I think I feel like if we play again, which I don't want to play again particularly, because that game this year meant more to them than it meant to us. And we should have won it. So let me not get into the. I'm not finna get into the. It wasn't important. We should have won that game. So it's not about that. I'm not trying to downplay the rivalry because that's not what this is about. We should have, could have, and wanted to win that game. That's not what this is about. It's just more so about football, X's and O's, a couple of busted coverages, a couple of, just like random stuff. Number 15 gets home, gets to Arch Manning, but doesn't bring him down because he doesn't, I guess he doesn't want to get roughing the passer. And I guess, imagine that Arch threw it away, but Arch didn't throw it away. And then Arch had time to throw it away, but he wouldn't have thrown it away if the guy would have just brought him straight, you know what I mean? So little bang bang plays where you can look back and say, man, you got to just be a little bit more focused to take one. You got to be a little bit more focused to take one, especially in a rivalry game. It's a lot going on there, a lot of emotions, a lot of history, a lot of backstory. So, anywho, let me jump back to the topic at hand. But it was a great story, a great game last night. Shout out to the Aggies and Coach Mike Elko for a hard-fought game, quite frankly. A hard-fought game, and we're going to have to get that one. But, hey, I won't be upset if we go on and win the national championship. We'll look just like Michigan, losing to the rivalry game. Look like Ohio State, rather, losing the rivalry game and winning the championship, which is still within sight for us. Particularly falling out of the bracket in the way that we did gives us an opportunity to watch other teams that could potentially have our numbers, such as Ole Miss or Georgia. They could be gone by the time we. So again, let's not get too far off the beaten path. But I'm saying that, the future is bright. We just got to keep winning, and we got to figure out how to stop that running game. Like, that's the thing. We got to figure out how to shore up that running game and how we can shore up and minimize the effectiveness of the running quarterback, because he gashed us a couple of times with the run. But I love to dig into that. I actually wrote a op-ed before I went to sleep last night about the game and what the keys to victory could have or should have been. And I could obviously go on and on and on about college football. I'm in college football mode because it's Saturday. Let me get back to the topic at hand. We're talking about Miss Porsha. And the question that I'm asking is, do you believe that I guess we have to have this conversation with transparent, honest people who are willing to come into a space if we promise them, you know, no negative judgment, right? Which the internet doesn't offer that anymore. But I guess I want to have your opinion. I guess I want to hear your feedback from those who have done them both, heterosexual and lesbian relationships. Do you believe that this is a trend? Is this something that most women do? That's what I want to know. Is this a thing? This seems like a thing that women do. And I want to know from your perspective, is this a thing? It looks like most women are going to try this at some point in their lives. Most women are going to try the lesbian thing at some point in their lives. Why is that? Why is that becoming more of a thing? And why is it that women are feeling so burnt out and so unseen and or unheard by the opposite sex that they feel as though the only alternative is to turn to someone who has the similar trauma, right? Is lesbian relationships, a weird form of trauma bonding? Like, there's so many different angles that we can take with this, but I want to know your perspective because launching a relationship in this way says one of two things. I am someone who's going to make it normal, or it's already normal, but people aren't talking about it. It's already normal, behind closed doors, and I'm going to just bring it to the forefront. You see what I'm saying? Porsha is either saying like, influencers can make a thing that isn't a thing, right? And maybe in her circle, Porsha is that type of person, right? She's a housewife, whatever, right? She's a celebrity. So that's one thing she could be doing. Or is she saying that, come on, you guys, this is all common. You know that we all end up dating women at some point in our lives. I'm no different than you all are. And here I go doing what everyone else does. What is it? What do you think it is? And on top of that, do you believe if you've gone to that side of the track and come back, or if you've gone to that side of the track and you are happily on that side of the track, let us know in the comments. Is it better on that side? Because now that more people have done it, now we're starting to hear, man, those relationships are worse than, you should have just been with a guy, right? So if you've had that experience, what is your opinion from the position of someone who's had that experience? I've never, by the grace of God, had the desire or the need to cross that fence, right? But if you have, you can speak in a way that other people can't. And what is your position and your view on that? I want to know, because this is fascinating. I love Porsha. I'm still a fan of Porsha. I've got nothing against Porsha. I believe and hope and pray that she comes back. Not from I don't got a dog in the fight, but I just hope she comes back home. What say you? Thank you for watching Chip in the Mornings. I want to know what your view is. We'll be right back. All right. I want to know in the comments, is this a trend, or has this been going on for some time, and is it just becoming more popular and more common? Let me know what you think. All right, let's wrap up here with Ray J. Yeah. Thanks again so much for watching a special edition of Chip in the Mornings. I want to know what you think in the comments about this most recent situation with Ray J. Do you think that he handled it well? Now, from the position of a man and having, that reality of your family walking out the door, man, it's not an easy thing to potentially, face. And I'm sure that there may have been libations or spirits that heighten emotions. But nevertheless, I want to know what your opinion is. Did he handle it correctly? Did he not handle it correctly? How would you have avoided this situation? How would you have diffused it? My philosophy is, I'm from a different time and place, I imagine. My philosophy is you can't keep anybody from going anywhere. So what are you even trying for? If somebody wants to leave and you are stopping them, you are taking on the authority of like law enforcement, which I've never been to, police academy. So I'm not going to detain anyone, if you know what I mean. If you want to go, you want to go. I can't stop that. You know what I mean? So, but come on, is that your frame of thought? if you've had a little bit to drink? Is that your frame of thought? If you've, puffed on some Mary Jane, who knows? And so again, that's where your opinion matters. That's where your perspective is important. I want to know what it is in the comments. What did you think about this Ray J incident? Did you see it? Did you hear about it? And what is your perspective on it? Let us know. Thank you so much for watching Chip in the Mornings. We'll be right back. All right, you guys, I think we're done. I think we're done for today. I just wanted to hop on here because here's the thing. I love you. I love the relationship that we're forming. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. This series that we're doing, Chip in the Mornings, where we are addressing the things that are going on in social media, current events, pop culture. You let us know what to talk about. That's the beautiful thing about this relationship. But I got to be honest with you. It's also Saturday. It's also a Saturday in fall, which means what? Football. The guys are playing. Michigan is up 3-0 on Ohio State. As you know, Ohio State won the championship last year, but they lost to Michigan. Great game. I'm getting off of here. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. I'll let you know when we're going to be back. I can give you a date when our next morning show is going to be. I think our next morning show is all right. Yes, I'll give you the date to our next morning show so you can tell your friends. This is so awesome. I'm getting off here. I'm going to check my comments before I go. Thank you guys so much for commenting. Anybody who ever stops by, drops in, and makes a comment, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That engagement lets me know I'm not here by myself. Thank you guys so much for chiming in. Okay, what's today? Today is Saturday the 29th. All right. Thanks again, you guys, so much. Thank you for watching Chip in the Mornings. Now, listen, our next live stream show is going to be Wednesday, December 3rd. So we are going to be streaming at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time right here live in Detroit, Michigan. If you know someone who you want to appear either on the show or virtually, let us know. You see the line there on the screen. That's going to be the same line that you can call next Wednesday, December 3rd, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be streaming again for the next episode of Chip in the Morning. So go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know where we'll be, and you'll let us know what we'll be talking about. I'll see you then. Have a good one. All right, you guys. Hey, as I've said 20 times, the game is on. I'm out of here. I love you. Peace out. May the good Lord bless you, or the mortuary is going to dress you. All right. And before I get off of here, let me just say this about this Underwood guy. He was going to go down to LSU, right, and end up playing against the Aggies. Didn't want that. Nice guy, could zip on the ball. I need to pull up a picture of this kid. This kid is special, man. I'll pull up a picture of this kid. I'll come back and do a piece on him at halftime. Hopefully